Clint Eastwood has been in Hollywood for over 7 decades, and somewhere between all those westerns and Oscar wins, he quietly built one of the most underrated car collections in the business. We're talking a barn-find Jaguar, a Ferrari he practically got as a bribe to star in one of the greatest movies ever made, and a factory SUV that could outrun half the sports cars on this list. Stick around, because number 1 has a story that sounds too wild to be true, but it is. Let's count down 12 rare cars you didn't know Clint Eastwood owned. Number 12, the Austin Healey one. Back in the 1950 seconds and 60s, this British roadster was the go-to car for anyone who wanted something different from the usual Detroit muscle, and Clint picked one up early on. It's honestly a bit of an oddball sitting next to the Ferraris and Cadillacs in his garage. Under the hood is a 4-cylinder engine good for a top speed north of 100 miles per hour, which was seriously quick for its time. Not flashy, not loud, just Clint doing his own thing, as usual. Number 11, the Porsche 356. Long before the 911 became the poster child for Porsche, the 356 was the car that started it all, and today an original example is considered a serious collector's item. Clint's 356 is one of those pieces that quietly appreciates in value every single year, sitting in that sweet spot between vintage charm and genuine performance. It's rare enough that most car guys will never even see one inches person, let alone get to drive one. Number 10, the 1937 Lincoln Model K convertible. This one's got a movie connection. It's the exact car used in Honky Tonk Man, where Clint played a country singer dying of tuberculosis, and once filming wrapped, he simply bought it. Under that enormous hood sits a VCR engine displacing Lupa liters, an absolute monster for a luxury convertible of that era. Turns out playing a dying man on screen comes with a pretty solid consolation prize. Number Joe, the E10 Joe by TCT Pontiac Trans AM. Black and gold paint, screaming chicken on the hood. This is the exact look made famous by Smokey and the Bandit, and Clint got his through his close friendship with the film's star, Burt Reynolds. It's pure American muscle, built for burning rubber more than winning beauty contests. Even Dirty Harry needed a car that could floor it every once in a while. Number 8, the 1992 GMC Typhoon. Here's the one nobody sees coming. Clint actually told Jimmy Fallon about this thing on live television, a factory turbocharged SUV from the 90s that could embarrass sports cars, costing 3 times as much at a stoplight. It shares its turbocharged V6 with the equally insane Cyclone truck, and both were only built for a couple of years before GM pulled the plug. Who gets a car this quick and just never talks about it until Jimmy Fallon asks? Number 7, the 1960 Jaguar XK 150 Roadster. Widely considered one of the most beautiful British sports cars ever made. The XK 150 only had a 5-year production run, with fewer than 10,000 units ever built. It carries a long hood, curvy fenders, and a straight-six engine that made it one of the fastest production cars of its day. Rare doesn't even begin to cover it. This is the kind of car collectors spend decades searching for. Number 6, the Bullitt Mustang. This is the one that stayed a secret for years. Clint quietly bought the legendary Bullitt Mustang at a Meckham auction, and somehow nobody outside his inner circle knew about it until people started piecing it together. It's tied to the same story that made the original 1968 Bullitt chase scene one of the greatest in movie history. Only this time, it's parked in Clint's own garage. Even his collection has cars hiding in plain sight. Number 5, the 1972 Ford Gran Torino Sport. You already know this one. It's the exact car from his 2008 film, Gran Torino, and Clint liked it so much he bought it straight off the set once filming wrapped. Big block V8 power, that unmistakable muscle car stance, and a story tied directly to one of his most iconic roles. Sometimes the best way to keep a memory alive is to just keep the car. Number 4, the Ferrari 365 GT4 Berlinetta Boxer. Originally sold in Italy before making its way to the United States, Clint picked this one up in 1977 and immediately had a custom roof installed, because apparently even a Ferrari wasn't quite good enough as is. Under the rear deck sits a flat 12 engine, one of the most exotic layouts Ferrari ever put in a road car. He sold it in the 1,980 seconds. It disappeared all the way to Japan, and it didn't resurface back in the United States until 2011, a 2-decade disappearing act. Number 3. The Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Roadster. This one's got serious pedigree, an aluminum-bodied example, one of only 29 ever built, and originally ordered by Clark Gable himself before it eventually made its way into Clint's garage. Widely considered one of the most beautiful convertibles ever created. It combines featherweight aluminum panels with genuine 1,950 seconds racing DNA. 2 Hollywood legends, 1 car, 6 decades apart. Number 2. The Jaguar XKSS. Here's a story that sounds made up. This British racing green XKSS spent 30 years hidden away by a Ford engineer before Clint tracked it down and rescued it. Park this next to any Ferrari at a car show and watch every other car in the lot instantly become background scenery. Some collections have rare cars. Clint's collection has cars people forgot even existed. Number 1. The 1966 Ferrari 275 GTB. Legend has it that Clint turned down the good, the bad and the ugly multiple times until producer Dino De Laurentiis sweetened the deal with a brand new Ferrari 275 GTB street rate from the factory. It originally rolled out in gunmetal grey before later being repainted metallic green, and it remains one of the most sought-after Ferraris of the entire era. Ever wondered what it takes to convince a man who's already said no 3 times? Apparently, it's a Ferrari. From a secret bullet Mustang to a Ferrari he basically got paid in. Clint Eastwood's garage is proof that even Hollywood's toughest guy has a soft spot for rare metal. Which car surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments, hit like and subscribe, and let us know should we do Burt Reynolds' car collection next.